Good evening. My name is Michael and I'm an addict. All right. Kind of nervous. Um, all right, I grew up in a single parent home. I knew my father to I was 5 years old, and after that, I never seen him again until like I was 21. But growing up, I had 6 sisters and one little brother. Me, I was getting all the hand-me-downs from my uncles and my cousins, and because I was the only boy, basically, 'cause my little brother was a little boy, and I used to hate it because all my sisters got all the all the love and attention. So once I hit like 7 or 8, I started running around with the little neighborhood kids. I grew up in the city of Torrance, and growing up there, you know what I'm saying, it was a gang-infested neighborhood. I got family all from the same city I was born in, and the gangs right there. And I idolized my uncles and my cousins, and I always followed them around the neighborhood, and I used to get yelled at and get my ass kicked for being out in the streets. So that little lights, when the lights come on, be home, I was always, when the lights come on, I used to stay outside. And my uncles used to go look for me and beat the shit out of me. But it didn't stop me. My mom was always working double shifts or whatever she had to do. My sister couldn't control me. I go out the back door. When they come out to look me for the back door, I go out the front door. So my uncles then started realizing that, you know what, we gotta just keep them close to us if something happens to them. I started drinking off the beers that I see around the park or something, and I used to get drunk and pass out, and next thing you know, I'm wake up at home. When I got 10 years old, I got caught stealing, a bicycle from in front of the, Torrance Police Department. Yes. So that was the first run-in with Torrance PD. They kept me for 2 days. Because I didn't want to tell them what my mom's number was. They couldn't even find nobody for me because I didn't tell them nothing. I was scared to go home. My mom was gonna put an ass whipping to me. That's why. So they finally broke down, told them, and they gave me a ride home in the Torrance PD in the cop car and shit. And my mom whipped my ass right when I got out the car. She didn't have to know what happened or nothing. But the funny part was the cops gave me the bike after, you know what I'm saying? They gave me the bike. They said, you know what? You took the risk of stealing it. They gave it to me. So everybody started clowning me, saying that, oh, you got a cop bike and this and that. So I left it parked at the corner. You know what I'm saying? So I started doing a bunch of little stuff around the neighborhood and stuff. And when I was 11, I started smoking weed with my homeboy. Well, my childhood friend. And funny thing, he was called Toker since he's 7 years old because he's smoking weed with his older brothers already. So I started smoking weed with them, and that was my path right there. That was it got me going. And weed, I wanted to try harder drugs, but I just stuck to weed, doing beer runs and everything. I didn't like beer. Didn't like waking up at home all the time. So I started stealing weed plants around the neighborhood until I got caught stealing the homeboy's weed. I didn't know it was his, and I got the ass whipped beat again. But after they beat my ass, they told me that, now you're from the neighborhood. I'm like, what the fuck? They whipped me for stealing stuff, but they jumped me in the neighborhood at the same time. I said, all right. So I said, I'll run with that, and from there on, I was just rebellious. My mom was always like, where you going? Where you going? I said, I'm going next door to the house, but next door is like 5 blocks down to the park. And next you know what I'm saying, I wasn't allowed to park anymore after they did the first drive-by there when I was, it was a bunch of us at the park. They did a drive-by and nobody got hit, but my uncle said, no, you're going home now. Don't come back over here. I said, all right. So I went out to the next block over from the park and hang out there. And that's where all the drug dealers are at. So little by little, as I was getting, rounded up by the cops all the time, because I'm in that little area. At the age of 13, we burglarized a house, and they sent me to juvenile hall. I got buzzer luck. So I ended up going to camp, my first time ever getting caught for doing something like that. And I didn't have no record, they just still sent me to camp. And I got out doing 6 months. So after I got out, I'm doing 14. 4 months later, I got caught for GTA and joyriding, so they sent me to YA. And I still wasn't using no other hard drugs, just marijuana. So I got out, after 2 years. And then what I started doing shootings and stuff, And then rock cocaine came and came out. Me, like a dumbass, said, oh yeah, I'm gonna make some money out of this. Yeah, right. I started smoking rock with the homeboys. And it was all bad. It was real bad. So we started robbing our own homeboys and shit, the ones that were acting tight with the dope. So basically, we're like telling them, you ain't paying, you ain't paying nothing to us, so we ain't protecting you. We're taking your shit. So, because I came out of the mentality of that criminal that I learned from YA. know what I'm saying? Break bread or get broken off. So I started earning my stripes more and more, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, I got caught with 2 guns after I did a shooting. And they shot me to YA. I went to YA for 5 years. Got out when I was 21. And it was the gangbanging is still alive in effect, but I wanted to make money. So I started robbing drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Fast cash. And just happened to be that, you know what I'm saying, one of the drug dealers wasn't putting up with it. He came back, and I thought it was, you know, one of my enemies. I pulled up to one with a gun and shit, and Dippo came out around the corner from behind the car, and he's like, "What's up, fool?" Me like a dumbass trying to get on a bike and try to get away. I got shot. You know what I'm saying, and hit me in my left artery and shit, and I woke up in the hospital. You know what I'm saying, and they told me that, you know what I'm saying, you're lucky, you're pronounced dead, made it just in time. So I thought, you know, everybody thinking, okay, he's gonna learn his lesson now. Fuck no, I went to pay back, you know what I'm saying, with the cane and everything. You know, I still homie dropped me off. And but all my life, since the age of 13, in and out of jail. You know, it's a sad thing to say. I had my girlfriends here and there, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't really serious because it's like, you know what I'm saying, I always tell, you know, everybody, you know, I'm a hoe, I'm a rabbit, I jump hole to hole, you know, and so the girls started hearing that reputation, and it was like, okay, I ain't being with him. So I'm like, fuck, you know, I got kicked out of all the schools in the Harbor area. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to school no more. So once I was out for like about 9 months. How you doing, Chris? I was out for 9 months, and I got into crystal meth. You know what I'm saying? And that was a better high than rock cocaine because I saved money. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have to rob nobody for it because I was getting it for free. But instead of me learning, my lesson about gangbang stuff, I started getting the little youngsters into action. I was telling them, look, man, you know, instead of being tweaked out, why don't you go earn money, make some money off it, and it represent the neighborhood. So I got caught up in, you know what I'm saying, this little gang activity stuff that they gang sweep, and they got me for, you know what I'm saying, being a gang member. I was never labeled as a gang member in the police department's files. So I was on high risk, I was high control parole out there at the age of 21, right? So all this time, I'm over there out there, you know what I'm saying, running the streets, didn't give a fuck, basically, you know, and every time I got arrested, you know, they sent me to county, wayside and all that, and get out. And I didn't learn my lesson. You know what I'm saying? Doing little violations and didn't learn my lesson. But all this time, you know what I'm saying, my mom was going through it, you know, and I felt that, okay, I gotta get my shit straight, because the simple fact is that, you know, I got 6 sisters still I gotta take care of, you know. I gotta be the man of the house. Instead of doing the bullshit over here, I'm not doing take care of business at home. But I did it the opposite way. I went out there and did robbed, sold drugs, did all that, and brought everything home. The money and everything. And my mom finally told me, I don't want your fucking dirty money, get out of my house. That right there broke me. So I wanted everybody to feel the pain that I was going through when my mom kicked me out of her house, you know what I'm saying? And so I made everybody that around me that was my enemies pay, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad to say that, you know what I'm saying, I did a lot of dirt, you know, and my disease had control of me because when I was on speed or meth, I didn't care about nothing, not even myself. And it's cold, and it's crazy to say that I got cousins from every enemy neighborhood that I got, and I was trying to kill them personally because my mind was so messed up on the drugs that I thought they were trying to get me. Instead of coming to talk to me and get me out of the neighborhood and all that, I thought they were after me. I even got to the point where I told my sister, don't even come around me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was scared what I would have done to their boyfriends while they're there with them. See, told you. They following me. That's a sign. That's a sign. That's a sign. That's a sign. That's a sign, huh? Well, now you want me to be a rapper. Hello. All right. All right. No, man. It's like electrocuted. Yeah. Hello. All right. So in 93, 90, 91, I went back to prison, and I got out when I was 20. I was 25 when I got out, and so I was 23. I did 2 years, got out, and I was like basically like the older homeboy around there. I was 25 years old. I was the older homeboy around there. I had a bunch of little youngsters, new cliques and stuff. So I was meeting them as I go, and I got to the mentality that, you know what I'm saying, it's my race against every other race. You know what I'm saying? Because that's to corrupt, you know, some warped belief system that I picked up like a dumbass. So where I grew up at, there was no Crips or Bloods or any gangs but ours. So next thing you know, when I got out, everybody started like different races started coming in. I told the homies, this is our hood. We back to clean this out. So they did it, but not at the same time. There's some people who were doing it at the same time getting told on by my own people I send missions on. So they used to pull me over and check my car and everything and that. So I'm like, we got tripping on. They go, we know, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. So all right. I had like 5 different aliases, you know, Michael Ramirez, Michael Vera, Mike Garcia, every name they knew. Well, how do you guys know this? But the whole time I had informants in my neighborhood telling on me. Until I went on violation, got out. 4 months later, some little youngster from my neighbor got beat up by another race and stuff. And I told him, man, we're gonna go get paid back, fool. And he goes, oh, we're gonna do a drive-by. I said, nah, we're not doing that shit, man. We're not doing that shit. I said, you know what? And I was tweaked the fuck out of my mind. Like, you know what? We're gonna get out. We're gonna chase these fools and we're gonna get them down on the spot. Instead of being that role model that I'm supposed to be for the little kids out there, you know what I'm saying? My mind was so corrupt. I had these little 13, 14, 15-year-old kids out there doing missions with me because I was doing what I was taught by my older homeboys. And I told them, so I lead by example. I took them, we did, you know, I got out. And I got to live with this every day of my life, man, you know what I'm saying? That day, September 11th, 1995, I caught a murder and 2 attempts. The kid I killed was 15 years old. Not giving a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because gangbang, you don't stop and ask for age, your address, none of that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And I chased this kid down, you know what I'm saying? And my thing was, I'm gonna make these fools pay, you know what I'm saying, for beating up a little 13-year-old kid, not knowing that this kid's 15 years old, because they're gangbanging against us. So after everything said and done, one of the homies came, hey, they're looking for you. You're looking for me, the cops. Oh, okay, why you telling me? He goes, because they're right there. What the fuck? He brought them to me. You know what I'm saying? And I go, how do they know I was here? He goes, they asked where you're at. I told you, what the fuck? I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, seriously? He goes, yeah. I told him, oh, he's over there kicking back with them, you know. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling, I was the homeless patch. I go, hey, don't let him on your property. Hey, come out here. Nah. So, well, come here, let me talk to you. So I got by the fence. I say, arm's distance, man, you know? Because they were going to try to snatch me. And I'm like, but my mind is just going like this. And I'm thinking I could run. And I'm looking behind me because a bunch of flashlights and everything. I'm like, man, the whole department's here, man. They go, they already told us where you're at. So, anyways, I went to court. I fought it, took it to trial and everything. I got 47 years of life. And you would think I learned, you know what I'm saying? But I washed up my life. I washed my hands. You know what they said? I'm not ever going to get out again. This is my life. 25 years old, I got 47. Come on, think about it. So I got into politics like a motherfucker in there, and drugs and everything. I never shot heroin, never shot nothing, put no needle in my arm, never. I was always scared of needles. I seen too many people falling out. And I think it's a waste of high anyways to me. If you just fall out but anyways, but I was still tweaking. I stopped smoking weed, got me paranoid. I stopped smoking cigarettes and everything, but couldn't shake fucking methamphetamines, man. But anyways, one of my sponsor now, he was a lifer. He did 27 and a half years. He got out. He's been out 8 years, but he's my sponsor now. He works for the CDC system now. He goes into the prisons. And 17 and a half years of doing stupid ass shit, doing drugs, this and that. I finally turned, you know what I'm saying, got it right. I thought. I'm I went for, for 7.5 years I programmed. Before the COVID, before all the shit that was going on in there, I got found suitable. I did the homework, I did all the work, but in all reality, I manipulated myself out of prison. This man helped me get out, I know it did. But I lost a lot of people on the way when I was in there. You know what I'm saying? Lost family members, I lost my niece from overdosing. I mean, my nephew from overdosing. So, you know what I'm saying, that crushed me. You know what I'm saying? And that happened 3 months before I was coming home. I finally made it out. I'm thinking, okay, I got a second chance. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I did it for 2 years. I did good out here. But I didn't have it. That manipulation came back to bite me in the ass because I started using again. Nobody knew though until I got caught trying to help the little youngsters out again, and it fucked me over. You know, I got a charge, but they're gonna violate me. But they go, unless you do a sober living home. I said, shoot it. You know, first time I ever been in a sober living home, shoot it. But honestly, I learned about myself in these 90 days than I did my whole 25 years in there. You know what I'm saying? Because of the work I put into it, the work that they helped me do, my housemates, staff. And it's crazy because a lot of staff that work for Fred Brown, I know a lot of their family members, and they put their all into me, and I got to give that back. You know what I'm saying? So I do everything I can at Fred Brown to make sure that program runs smooth for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I love you guys, and I want nothing to happen to you guys. But I tell you right now, I'm going to stay connected. I'm going to do what I got to do, and I will be back. But on the positive side and on the other side, not as a client, because I want to be part of this program. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to come to this program. Even though it took me 45 days to get here when I chose 3 days, but I got here. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's here been good to me. The program's been good to me, and it has changed my life. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank all you guys for doing what you guys did for me.